Fellow auto detailers, welcome to the show that features interviews with today's most successful auto detailers. This is the Auto Detailing Podcast. Here's your host, Jimbo Balaam.
What's going on, people? Welcome to episode 266 of the Auto Detailing Podcast. How's that? No crazy long 6-minute intro to explain the episode. No nothing. Anyway, just me again today, actually enjoying a break in the rain in sunny Southern California, where it's a brisk 62 degrees. Anyway, I wanted to record this episode because it's something that, I'm consistently testing and implementing and then delivering to you. So I really take all this raw data that I'm actually practicing and doing and then try to wrap it up in a nice cute bow and deliver it to you in the form of a podcast episode, and also doing that through live video and all kinds of crazy stuff. So anyway, actually let me back up a little bit and tell you why this week's episode. And if there's background noise, again, I'm out walking with my kid and trying to do double duty. So I have a blockbuster guest coming on the show next week. So it was supposed to be 2 weeks ago that this guest was going to come on the show, but they got sick. Because if you've been around, at least in my world, it seems like everyone's getting sick. So this blockbuster guest that I've been trying to get on the show for 2+ years, I finally got a date to set him up on the show. We're actually going to be doing an in-person interview because the person's local to me. But when I say blockbuster, I mean, it's huge. So we've had a date set 2 weeks in a row, and they've both gotten pushed back because he has been sick. There's a little teaser for you. It's a he, and he's in the car industry, and he's local to me. So look for that show next week. If it doesn't happen next week, I'm going to be walking with my tail between my legs once again, coming to you guys telling you it's not working out as so. But again, it's been in the works for 2+ weeks. We've had actually a date on the calendar that's been getting pushed back because he's been sick. Anyway, so in the meantime, what I've been doing, again, testing, implementing, and then delivering to you guys so that you can learn, implement, and then deliver, and hopefully profit. And what I've been doing lately is live video. Now, I'm not going to lie. Live video really plays to one of my strengths. And I've been doing a lot of, I guess you could call it self-discovery, or really trying to get to the bottom of who I am and what I'm best at, what I'm not good at. And then really, I guess it would be called self-awareness. So I've been really trying to get in tune with my self-awareness and really try to play to my strengths to help me deliver better content, be a better person, etc., etc., etc. So I decided, and a lot of the other, digital marketing influencers, I guess you would call them, that I follow online have been talking a lot about, of course, Snapchat, of course, a lot of these other social media platforms. But one thing that I've been paying really close attention to because, for a lot of reasons, but mainly because I want to do more of it, but is live video. So let me give you a little bit of background on why I haven't done a lot of live video. Because it takes a lot of time to set up. I'm horrible at editing. That's just a generalized statement in my life. Horrible at editing anything. Not fancy. So, when you're looking at video, and you're looking at all these different things and what other people are doing with these really high quality, highly edited videos, and you're looking up, that is kind of what you're trying to not necessarily compete with because, but that's what's out there. So maybe not competition, but that's at least what's out there. But I've been really desiring and wanting to do more live video for you guys because in the detailing space, everything is so visual. And I figured, man, if I could have this much of an impact in an audio format, could you imagine video? So I've, for a long time, been desiring to do more video, but again, it's never really played to my strengths as far as, I got to not only set up a separate camera, but then I got to go back and upload it onto my computer, go through it, edit it, add an intro and outro. Then once that's all done, upload it, wait for it to upload, tag it, create a title, all this crazy stuff, when it's like, you know what, I already have this audio platform. Just to incorporate video is just not going to work. Again, sorry for the background noise. But what I've been paying close attention to is live video. So I guess it kind of would start with Snapchat, and then Instagram started their live videos. I guess Facebook really started their live videos first a year or two ago. But I've been really kind of paying attention to it and watching how live videos are ranking in feeds like Facebook. So where a bulk majority of you guys that interact with me is on Facebook. So I've been paying attention to, as Facebook has changed their algorithms to only show us, the users, what they think is relevant to us. I've been really paying attention to how live video plays into that, how live video is ranking on that. And even with Instagram incorporating live video within the last month, I believe, or so, it's been really, and maybe even less than that on Instagram. I'm not talking about stories, I'm talking about actual live on Instagram, where it gives everyone a notification that you are now live. And that's what I noticed with Facebook Live, and that's why I decided to take the plunge and test it. And see if I was any good at it. Because honestly, the biggest problem with the Facebook Live, and if you're listening to this, and my advice is to do more Facebook Live video, because I think it'll help your business, and I'll give you a couple more strategies on how you can really take advantage of doing the live feeds. And that is, it's very hard to do live. Why? It's not hard because there's a lot of editing. It's not hard because there's a lot of back-end work. That's actually the easy part. It's really hard because you got to be good, and you got to be good at what you do, and you got to be on the spot, witty, quick, and you're interacting with other people. So it takes a different skill set to be live versus filming, taking it back, cutting out all the crap that you don't want other people to see, manicuring it real nicely, and then putting it out on the internet for people to see. This is all of you. You're vulnerable. So a lot of people won't do live because they're too vulnerable. Now, I've realized that it plays to my strength. I don't want to say really good because that sounds a little self-soothing, self-loathing, I guess it would be. But I feel like I'm decent at it. I actually like doing live more than I like doing a recording and then all the post-production that I talked about earlier. So what I started to notice, and here's where it gets important to you, is that if you go live, everyone on your friends list gets a notification that you are now live. That is huge, guys. That is ginormous, because if everyone's getting a notification that you are now live, that's a lot of people that could potentially tap into your video and just see what's going on. Okay, same with Instagram. Everyone gets a notification that you're live. Watch it before it goes away. That's ginormous. Do you have customers that may watch that? What if you go live on your business page, which to be honest, I'm a little ignorant on that front and not sure if that is an actual capability, but I'm almost positive it is. So what if you went live on your business page and your customers saw you? And now this is where strategy comes in, because you need to come up with a creative title. I did a Facebook Live video the other day, last week. I think it's up to just over 2,000 views, again, organically on Facebook, which I think is pretty decent. Obviously, it's not a viral video because we're talking about detailing, and but the title was "How to Make an Extra $400 Detailing." I would watch that. You would watch that. If you want, you can go back and see my feed, and you can watch that too. But so the title, that's where strategy is going to come in, because your title has to be good. Okay, it can't just be like, "Hey, I'm live." It's like, well, no one cares that you're live. They want to see what you're doing live. So if you're doing a paint correction, you're doing a super nasty interior, you're doing whatever you may be doing, you got to make it interesting for people to watch. Think about Facebook Live as your own TV show. So the way I see the future going with social media is that everyone is going to have their own TV show. And the best part is that you can do it all from your phone. You don't have to have a fancy camera. You don't have to have fancy editing software. You don't have to have any of that. So it blows the landscape wide open. All you have to be is interesting, be able to think on the fly, and have interesting content in front of you. So, again, I would encourage you to try it. See if it'll bring in a couple extra customers. So, and here's the best part. All you're doing is talking about the work that's in front of you or whatever you're working on that day. So, today, as you're listening to this, I already have a Facebook Live planned I'm doing a minor paint correction mobilely. So I am going to do a Facebook Live video about my mobile setup to do a light paint correction. Okay? That is a video that I feel like a lot of you are going to want to see. Granted, I can be a mobile detailer in the dead of winter and show that. But I feel like that's an interesting video that a lot of you are going to want to see. So look for that on my Facebook newsfeed as well. But I'll probably try to come up with some creative title to capture your attention when it pops up in your newsfeed so that you jump over and watch it live. But then here's where it can get cool too. Download that video once you finish your live stream. Download that video, save it onto your computer, and then re-upload it, or save it to your phone, and then re-upload it to your YouTube channel. Now you may be saying, I don't even have a YouTube following, no one even cares about my YouTube channel. Doesn't matter, because YouTube's the second largest search engine on the internet. So regardless if you have a following or not on YouTube, you never know who's going to find you or see your video on YouTube. So you're working on a really nasty interior, you're working on a headlight restoration, whatever you do a Facebook live stream. Shoot, maybe you only have 50 views. Maybe you only have 100 views on Facebook. Who cares? You take that same video, pop it over to your YouTube where you have, 0 subscribers. That's okay. And then tag it and focus on hitting your local market. So, headlight restoration, St. Louis, paint correction, St. Louis, and you tag it with all these tags, and then you also put it on your website under its, make a blog post that is, headlight restoration St. Louis, and it's your video, and you tag it, and then you see how you're repurposing the same video over and over and over and over, and that is how you're going to grow a following. That is going to help. And when I say a following, maybe you don't want a global following. Maybe you want a localized following. But I get guys asking me all the time, how can I stand out from my competition? How could I get one company to choose my shop over another? Well, if you're giving out free content, you're showing your work, and customers are going to see that when they're searching for, I don't know why I'm picking on St. Louis, but headlight restoration St. Louis, paint correction St. Louis, all those things. And then your video, even though maybe now you have 5 YouTube subscribers, your video is going to populate. And then that potential customer is going to watch your Facebook Live video from 2017, and maybe by this time it's 2020, maybe it's 2018, maybe it's late 2017, whatever. And then they see your video, and hopefully you're interesting, charismatic, and keep the fun going on your video. Hopefully you're not super boring, super monotone, and super uninteresting. But if you are, hey, you can work on that. No one's perfect day one either, so don't let that deter you. But that potential customer sees your video, has a grasp for what they're going to be dealing with when they call you, so they're a little bit more comfortable. You've shown them the process, so they're even more comfortable. You know how much easier it is it's going to be to sell that customer once they feel like they already know you because they watched the video on you? Amazing. So my encouragement for you guys this week is to try one live stream video. Try one Facebook Live video. Download that video, put it on a YouTube, even if you got to create your own YouTube channel, even if you don't even have one created, create it, just put it up there, put a title, put a description, come up with a fancy title or a real catchy title, even if it takes you a day to come up with a title before you want to go live, do that. but try it and see if it increases your business at all. And that is one of I figured instead of doing a whole 2017 manifesto, it's just going to slowly leak out. But that's one thing I'm going to do for 2017. I'm planning on doing a ton more live video, a ton, because I'm going to do the exact strategies that I just talked about. I'm going to record the live video. I'm going to get a ton of you to watch it on Facebook. Then I'm going to take that same exact video. I'm going to repurpose it on my website, and then I'm going to repurpose it on YouTube. And I'm going to be putting out triple the amount of content of any other influencer in the detailing space. Because the main issue I see with all the other influencers is they don't put out enough content. So another one of my 2017 manifestos is to put out as much content as possible for you guys. So podcast every week, video 2-3 times a week, I don't know. But now that I've nailed down that this Facebook Live really plays to my strength and my abilities to really pump out video, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it as much as I freaking can. And I would encourage you guys to. And do it for your hyper-local market. So you're in, New Brunswick, New Jersey, and you're a detailer trying to stand out from the competition. Do Facebook Live videos for what cars you're already doing, or even if you got to do it on your own car. You want to do a debadging video on your own car. Do it. Do a Facebook Live of you debadging a car. And then put it on YouTube, put it on your website, and make sure you tag it with your local market, and you will stand out from the competition. So I encourage you guys, maybe it's a rim repair, maybe it's a seat repair, maybe it's your cleaning of the leather seat. I mean, get creative, because think about it also, what us as detailers get off on isn't what customers do. So customers may want to see how you can transform a tan leather seat that looks black back to tan. Or maybe you do paint chip repair, maybe you do scratch repair. All those things are interesting videos to consumers. So also another tip would be to try to take your mind out of the consumer mindset, out of the detailer mindset, and put it into the consumer mindset of what they would want to do. Sitting at a computer desk or sitting at your desk talking to the camera, not as interesting as having a car behind you. But test it. Maybe your customers will like that better than a car, I think. And from the little bit of experimenting I've done, people like it more when I'm out working on a car and talking about the car that I'm working on. So I would encourage you guys this week to just try it. Just try one Facebook Live video and see how it goes. Get used to it. Maybe live isn't your strength. Maybe that's not your strong suit. Maybe you do one live video and you're on for 2 minutes and you're like, oh my gosh, this is horrible, and you delete it from your feed forever and never do another one. That's okay. At least you tried it. But if you do try a live feed this week, or whenever you may be listening to this, let me know. Let me know how it works for you. Let me know if you like it. If you got a job from it, that'd be super cool. Could you imagine doing a 5-minute live feed and you get a job out of it that lands you $100? That's pretty legit. That'd be worth it. You'd do one of those a week if you had to. So anyway, if you decide to do a live feed this week, let me know how it goes. Tell me if you got any jobs out of it and what you thought. And if you're enjoying my live feeds, let me know that too. And if you're listening to this on the Monday that it comes out, look for my live feed and my mobile setup doing paint correction. See you on the next one, guys.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Auto Detailing Podcast. Head on over to autodetailingpodcast.com for full show notes and links of everything that we've talked about today. And don't forget to check out our resources page for a direct link to all the products talked about not only on today's episode, but that I use in my day-to-day detail business. They have direct links so you can purchase and get free shipping right from that page. That's autodetailingpodcast.com. We'll see you on the next episode.